Welcome to Sparkle Show. With us, we have Crunch Fitness. Oh my gosh, tell us what's going on at Crunch because so many things are happening, right? What's going on at Crunch?
Right now, I'm just walking the outside, making sure everything is clean. Sorry about that. You just cut out a little bit. But
Can you
right
take
now,
the
I'm
mask
just
off a little bit so we can hear you? So we can see you talk if you can?
okay. Let's go ahead
If you're
and do
not
that.
around too close to people. But okay, so I've been going to Crunch. I love what you have going. You have an indoor area and an outdoor area. Explain this to us.
So during the second stage of shutdown, so what we realized is we're not able to operate indoors. We wanted to provide a service for our existing members and other members that didn't have access to a gym. We know how going to the gym is good for everyone's mental health, and at the same time, we know that everyone loves fitness out here in the Central Valley. So we wanted to provide a service, get everyone coming out and using the gym and at least following the guidelines. And you know, one of the first things we did after I think all gyms were open for about 2 or 3 weeks, about 3 weeks after we opened. And I could imagine all the other operators within the area, the amount of money that they spend to get their gyms ready, like COVID compliant, and, you know, getting shut back down. One of the things that we did was we got equipment from one of our gyms out in San Diego, and we ended up just building a 12,000 square foot facility outside for everyone to come use.
Wow. And so explain this, how this happened, because you guys are a newer gym and just like you brought something cool to Central Valley. And then after not being open super long, you've been around for like a few years, boom, like this happens. I mean, did you freak out at first? Like, how are we going to survive? I mean, that's got to be scary.
We weren't worried about survival. One of the things that we were just worried about was member engagement. And second off, it was just like about people really working out. We weren't really worried about, we were just open for, let's say, 4 or 5 months prior to all that. So
really, I think it was like, so it wasn't even a full year yet.
No, we opened October 6th. So we're about to hit a year, but we've had over 6 months worth of shutdowns. So we're open from October 6th of last year up until March 18th when everything got shut down for those first 3 months. So it was more about engagement.
What's awesome about your gym is that all the equipment's new. And that's another thing I feel sorry for you about, because everything that you took outside is getting a little old because of the sun, but you still have like a full newly equipped gym inside there. Tell us about how that works with your brand new equipment and you guys being so nice to letting some of it be out there and maybe get a little ruined. So you'll have to buy some more like in a couple of years or so. How has that played out?
About 90%. So when we look at internally, like obviously we didn't want to ruin the integrity of like how good our equipment actually is inside, because it's less than 3 months old, fairly new gym. It was just getting some traction. What we went ahead and did was just we shipped most of our equipment up from another location that was getting new equipment. So from internally from one of our own clubs, we took a lot of the old equipment and we just brought it out here. And then some of the equipment like the bench seats and stuff was some of the stuff that we actually utilized outside.
Man, well, at least you gave everybody the opportunity to still work out. Tell us some of the responses from members, some member feedback about being outside, being inside, and what you guys have done.
I think everyone, didn't matter from what fitness brand or what they were doing. Everyone was just, the theme was just they're grateful and they're just glad they can come get out of the house and do something and just be around. I think the most important thing was people were just excited to be around people again. They like people like go to the gym. They love human interaction. And I think a lot of it was missing each other, kind of like working out, going, getting a good sweat, getting a good pump. And it was, you know what, it was right in the heat of middle of July. That was like right towards the end. So August 3rd, we opened up the outside with my my assistant manager, Nate. And we ended up opening up the outdoor facility. And you know what, the response, we did no marketing spend. Just like how I spoke with you and you made a Facebook ad, we had a ton of different, you know, friends, people that were members with us. Everyone ended up at like the Saturday night before we opened, we probably made 60 to 75 people make Instagram posts. And then the next day, it was just like, the response was good. The amount of people that came and signed up on new memberships that was a really good response. And then from there, It was just like everyone was just so excited to be here. They were just taking like Instagram posts and posting it, and their friends just wanted to know where they're working out at. Everyone was excited to be back in the gym and post a picture that they're working out again.
So tell us about how clean you keep everything. Because I see you guys walk around with this big tank that looks like Ghostbusters, and you're just like spraying everything down, wiping it down. What are you guys doing?
So throughout the day, like whether it's inside the club or outside the club, obviously we want to be COVID and compliant. So one of the things that Crunch Corporate did was they had a 90-page COVID readiness plan for everybody that's bought in either to the franchise or in the network of Crunch. They had a page COVID readiness plan, and in that 90-day readiness plan, they had, so there's a certain dilution system that all Crunch has got. We got to put the dilution chemicals inside there, and as it fogs up, what it does is just, it kills all the germs, so it puts an electricity blast on it. It goes on the equipment, and within a 3 to 5 second period of time, it kills any type of germs. Specifically, there was a special solution they wanted us to use for COVID-19. So we got to do that. We spray the equipment throughout the day, whether it's indoors or outdoors.
I love that. So everyone feels safe and nice, and it's so spread out. I can't even believe that. So Crunch is huge. You not only have a downstairs, you have an upstairs that you could even run around, and then you have an outdoor area. I mean, how much square footage, when you total it all up, are you guys utilizing right now?
So right now indoors, we're utilizing about 39,000 square feet. So the downstairs portion has all your free weights, has all like, when you break it down, it has all your like high intensity interval stuff. So we have a full area that's like for like calisthenic training. You got landmines, football sleds, there's a full turf area. You can do deadlifts out on the floor. And then you have like your full cardio line. Then you have all your regular free weights, bench press, squat racks, dumbbells, all your plate loaded machines. And then upstairs, we have some selectorizers where you select the weight, pick your machine, whatever it is, whether it's a leg extension, leg curl, any type of pec fly, bicep curl. And then it gets right. So all the machines are upstairs, but it's connected to our running track and our spin cycle studio upstairs.
And how much outside space do you have, the square footage you guys are utilizing now out there?
So outside, it's 12,000 square foot. So between the two, we're about 52,000 square feet.
And it's so deceptive because outside you don't even know how huge and massive everything is until you walk in the door and you're just like, wow, like there's all this stuff. I mean, I still don't even know. Yesterday I was looking for some stuff because it was like, it's so huge. And it's like, there's still so many undiscovered machines, and you guys have the newest ones. There are some machines I don't even know how to use because they're so brand new. It's nothing I've ever used before. What's the kind of feedback you get on that?
It was really cool. So typically we don't carry the Technoline gym, which is kind of one of the harder brands to come across based off the price point of like what the actual machines cost. But we ended up, from our other location, they let us bring out the Techno Gyms line of equipment, and then it was just a great feature because you had all your like abductors, your pec flies, rows, and then you had all your leg extension, and then you had your multi-hip, which is pretty new. Some gyms have them, some gyms don't. You have like your multi-hip, then you have your glute machines here. And I'm in that track right now where it's just all the leg stuff is combined together. It's about 2/10 long. 2/10 means it's about probably about 2,000 or 3,000 square feet of just leg equipment.
Well, that's good for me. And I do want to point out to everybody watching that even though it was new to me and I didn't know, most of your equipment has a QRVC code, right? So you could scan it and see how to use it.
Yeah, you could bring out your iPhone, just scan it with your camera, and it'll take you right into a YouTube video.
So even though I didn't know how to use it, doesn't mean that we can't figure it out. It's not something you need actually someone to come and show you. You can actually do it right then and there.
Or just ask your staff. We're more than happy to show you how to use all the equipment here.
Nice. Yeah, those leg machines are something else. I mean, I'm sure you get the feedback from the girls because that was a problem with when I was scouting gyms in between where I worked and I was going to those little ones and they were very scarce on leg stuff. And I was like, us ladies we're all about the legs and the butt and all that.
Yeah, I mean, most of the places that like stayed open, whether it was the first set of shutdowns or second, it was mostly like warehouse gyms that are either like kind of catered towards more of like the bodybuilder type.
Yeah, they
not
don't
a lot
have
of equipment.
leg machines.
Or they have like a ton of squat racks and a ton of bench presses, which most gals don't like to use, or they're just like kind of like a CrossFit style hybrid where like you can the same. So people just wanted something with familiarity. Like they wanted to use what they use at their home gym. They know how to do their workouts. They know what sets, what amount of sets they want to do with what type of rep range. They just wanted to feel like something was normal. And it was simple as just having a little bit of machines to use. Like free weights are great sometimes, but you can get just as good an intensity with some machines.
Right. Well, a lot of us have some of that at home. We wanted to go to the place and get that. I mean, I feel like when I'm there that I'm not lacking for anything as far, especially the leg machines. I feel like there was everything's covered, especially like, yeah, when you get to look at everything. So the big question is the price.
Our memberships are pretty simple. Like you can come in here, you can start as low as $9.95. You get access to all the free weights, all the cardio equipment, saunas, locker room, showers. Right now saunas are down, but typically when they are open, you get access to the running track, and that gives you access to one location. And then we have a $20 membership, which that one's simple as well. You get access to obviously all the free weights, cardio equipment. You get access to a little bit more classes. So you get all the Zumba, yoga, Pilates, there's cardio tag, kickboxing. Every type of class that we have is specifically like either Crunch, like, so the curriculum is made by Crunch for Crunch, so we don't typically sell them out. So all the clients are just designed for Crunch, and you'll never see them at another gym. But then you also get multi-club access, which in the United States right now, there's over 333 Crunches nationwide.
Oh.
And there's a little over 65 Crunches in California as of right now.
Wow. Okay. So basically $10 gets you one gym and $20 gets you more. And then you can do month to month, which is like 30, right?
So you could do month to month, and we do $29.95 on that. But that membership's a special membership all on its own. It's our best valued membership. Reason being is that you get tanning, you get UV and spray with that. You get access to an infrared sauna. So it's red light therapy. You get our massage beds. My favorite part of the membership is you get to bring a guest with you every single day for free, same guest or a different guest. And then you get access to all our HIIT classes. So typically when you go sign up for a boot camp, you're paying anywhere from $50 to $110 a month based on the level of access and how many times you're going to be going. You get access to every single one of our classes. You get all the HIIT classes as well as our Spin Cycle Studio. But my favorite part is you get to be able to bring a friend, and then your friend basically gets the $20 membership because they could do all our group fitness classes, like all the Zumba, yoga, Pilates, cardio tag, kickboxing. So let's say you get a Crunch membership here in Clovis, but you're going to go visit Orange County or let's say LA or San Diego. You could take your friend with you and you guys can go work out. No problem. It's easy. You just go check into that location, and then your friend signs a waiver, and then you guys are good to go in.
So the tanning, is it unlimited tanning, or how does the tanning work?
So the UV and spray, you get access to it every single day. So whether if you want to spray tan every single day, which I wouldn't personally recommend because you'll be a little blotchy, I'd maybe do once a week. But
I can't even believe all that's included. That's insane to me. And that means I have definitely not even seen everything there is to see in that gym. Like I said, it's so big. It's like, I didn't even know. Where do you keep all this stuff?
So when on the right corner, as soon as you walk in, we have our kids club. So we have our childcare right there. And then right next to the childcare, we have all the massage beds, infrared, and they're all isolated in their own rooms. So those amenities are still operating at the moment.
And you got to remember the childcare. I mean, that's huge. That's like one of the biggest things everybody wants that very little gyms actually offer around here.
Yeah, childcare is one of those things that if you have classes, I think it's always good to cater towards moms and have something as childcare, because sometimes getting someone to watch your child, if they're not old enough, somewhere safe where you feel comfortable, have your children be watched while you're taking your classes, and it's your little alone time while they're having fun in kids club.
So are all the Crunches, so there's only one other Crunch in the Fresno Clovis area, is that correct?
That's correct.
There's 2 locations. So do they offer everything that the Clovis location that you guys offer on Shaw?
They do offer they offer the same exact thing. It's just each club is set up a little bit different. So just like how my location's specific in the sense that we got a running track, they have a basketball court. So yes, we do offer the same stuff like kids care, child care, UV and spray tanning, but each club has something special about itself.
Wow, this is really impressive. I love this. You really, at the end of the day, I mean, no other place kind of compares with you, right?
I think it just honestly, sometimes it comes down to accessibility or how close the club is, whether it's worth it. Like, it's always like, how close is that gym to you? I don't think the Creature Comforts, I don't think other gyms have the same amenities as we do. But in a sense, it comes out what gym is closer to you at the end of the day.
Right. But you guys are also building. I mean, forget about this year and all the stuff that happened. There is plans to expand later on as years go on. In a couple of years, you're going to expand, right?
Correct. I mean, we plan on expanding. It's definitely the Central Valley. We came out. The Shaw location was our test. We wanted to see how well the response would be, and it just looks like people want. Like growing up in like different parts of California, I've noticed there's been so many different options for fitness. That out here, it just seems like there's only like maybe a few options. Typically, like growing up either in LA or Orange County, or even going out to San Diego, there's a gym on every corner. Whether it's a boutique, EOS, 24-hour fitness, it's like you get spoiled because there's so much, and then you come out to the Central Valley and you see that there's not too many options. So it's just cool to see that the response was good, and this is the area that we're going to stay in.
Well, and I want to point out how trendy Crunch is, and I don't want to put any other gyms down, but I noticed some gyms they weren't as fitness forward as Crunch was. Just like the look, the layout, and even the classes. Like there is a lot of stuff I was doing in LA, and then I moved here and no one had even heard about that kind of training at some of the gyms. And here I feel like you guys are a little bit fitness forward. How is that? Is there like a program that where you guys get with the program and you're like have to study the new stuff coming out? Why are you guys fitness forward?
I just feel like a lot of the classes made by Crunch for Crunch, it's like kind of like the curriculums they divide. I feel like Crunch does a really good job of bringing new different like curriculums out. Like one curriculum that we do have here, which I have basically all the necessary straps and everything you need. It's called Bungee Yoga. Like, Bungee Yoga is big in LA. So we have Bungee Yoga here. We've never done the class here. We're waiting because we're such a new club. We're waiting that, like sometimes you just want to go off what works and what's new. Like you want to, and what basically works for you. So you want to go out with the basics like the Zumba and the yoga and the Pilates, and then start adding all the more difficult classes in there.
I love it. I've never tried that Bungee Yoga.
And then you have like TRX classes, and Crunch always devises like new programs. So it's just whether like we want to take up a new class and add it into our like base, which we have over 60 different curriculums we choose from that we could rotate in and out from.
Wow. So if a lot of people are like by demand, they're like, hey, really bring that one back. I like that one. Or they say, this one, we don't really like it. You could actually rotate them out.
You could rotate them out. So you always keep the basis of what works and what people love, because some people just like their classes. And you could find like maybe a class that's almost similar to it, very similar to it, maybe just a different like category of the way that all the like dancing or the structure goes out, or what kind of workout it is. You could either add it in there as like, to supplement that one, or you could just coincide it with it. Do a split, like 30 minutes of this class and then 30 minutes of another class.
I like that. And speaking of classes, I saw a little bit of stuff going on outside. What's the deal? Are we incorporating a little bit? Are we not? How is it going with the classes?
So right now, obviously everyone, if you really look at like the way that California law kind of broke it down and making sure that, everyone's very compliant, because we want to do our part. We want to do, if the president if they set it out that they only want us to have 10% capacity, that's all that's going to be in there, including my staff. So
what about outside though? Can we do a little bit
yeah, but the best part about being outside, that there is no capacity for the outside. And, we didn't want to take away classes, but we actually wanted to bring them. So what we're doing is, because we don't know, like if we're at 10% capacity and there's people inside the club, we're not sure when they're going to be out. So what we're doing is right on this turf area right behind me, we clear this entire area out, and we have 8 classes a week right now. So on Mondays and Wednesdays.
Yeah, I saw the dancing.
So you have Tiffany. Tiffany's teaching dance fitness on Mondays and Wednesdays night at 7 p.m., which is cool. And then on Tuesdays and Thursdays, we have Zumba. And then we have boot camp classes too. So on Monday and Wednesday at 6 a.m. and 6 p.m., you have all your boot camp classes. So all your high intensity interval training classes, they're all taught by my personal trainer named Ashley. And class size is the beginning of about 12 people. And it's in the depth of this big piece of turf. So
I love that. I can't wait to see like all the stuff you got in store when all this COVID stuff's over, because I mean, that's so cool about the tanning. Like that's such a great deal. Just to tan at a normal tanning salon is like so much per session. And
yeah, I mean, like,
too.
it's funny because like on the wall, like when you come into Crunch, it'll say like 1989, no judgment. It just means we've been in business since 1989. We started out in New York in a basement, and Crunch has expanded since then. But the no judgments is like we don't care if you're here for the tanning, the classes, or weightlifting. We have it all.
I absolutely, everyone's got to try it out. So, what specials? I know you already have a cheap deal, but what specials? If someone comes and says, "Hey, I saw you guys on the Sparkle Show," is there any special or anything they get, like a keychain or something?
Oh, 100%. So for you guys all coming in, we do $11 for the first month to month, no enrollment, no contract, pretty simple, easy going. If you don't like it in 15, 20 days, you can cancel, no cancellation fee. We just make it $11 to start, so you could just try out the gym.
And are you still giving out T-shirts if you do a Yelp review? How's that going?
So we're doing, so all the members that were coming in, we just wanted an honest opinion, whether it was good, bad, or indifferent. We just wanted an honest opinion on Yelp. And we were just giving out T-shirts. A, they're good because I love seeing people in a Crunch shirt. And B, it just worked out well to get us Yelp reviews. But if you're coming from the Sparkle Show, we do have T-shirts for you guys as well.
I love this. So they could just come and see you or Nate. Who should people talk to when they come? I know you and Nate are always there, right?
Nate and I are basically married to the job, so that's the unfortunate part. But we're here 24 hours a day. So basically from morning to close. I know
it's unfortunate for you, but for us members, I mean, it's something we love. We love going in there, knowing who we're going to see, knowing who we could talk to, knowing if we have a question. I mean, we love the comfort, but I know that you guys are married to the job. You're always there.
It's being married to the job, but I think loving what you do is another thing. Like sometimes when you're off at 1 o'clock and you just drag the clock out to 2 or 3, or you're hanging out talking. What I've especially with this location, what I found is like the staff is more like family, and everyone cares about each other, whether it's their birthday or whatever it is. It feels like home. You know what I mean? I moved out here about a year and a half ago to open up this gym, and I don't have any social life outside of this because I haven't really had the opportunity to go out and meet people. So this is the revolving point around my life. So this is probably one of the better gyms I've seen operate in a long time.
So tell us a little bit about that. You came from the OC. Were you were working at a Crunch there?
No. So back in OC, like there's a couple Crunches out in San Diego I had the opportunity to work at. One was a Carlsbad location, and one was right before you get into Carlsbad. It's in Oceanside. I had an opportunity to work there, and as things prevailed, I had an opportunity. I was asked if I wanted to come out here and maybe see what it's like to do a pre-sell, which pre-sell, if you break it down, it's you're sitting out in front of the gym while it's getting built. You got to make sure that the gym's getting built, and you're reeling back to the owners what's really going on. And then you just kind of like telling them exactly what's going on, and then selling memberships at a really good rate to get everyone in the doors right before we open.
I said that you loved it there, and you're like, okay, I'll go to Central California and make this happen. That's pretty cool. Do you have family here?
I don't. I have I met a girlfriend out here, so I have a girlfriend and I have a French bulldog. So that's basically all the family I got.
Oh, how cute! I haven't seen your French bull. I love French bulldogs. That's so cute. So that's cool. Is your family back in OC?
Family's back in OC. I try to go see him every now and then again, but it's
you're so busy.
It's so busy that driving on a Saturday to come back on Monday to open up the club is not like my ideal day off.
I know. Well, we love what you're doing, and we really appreciate you coming to Central Valley and making this happen for us. I mean, I think for some of us, it really saved our summer because it helped our sanity. So we appreciate that.
No, you're welcome. I mean, it's been a blast. I can't even imagine the time here is going by so fast. Had the opportunity to meet people like you and everybody else in the town slowly but surely. Being in a gym, it's there is no barriers at the gym. Whatever it is, you have people from all walks of life. So you get the opportunity to meet a lot of cool, fascinating people doing a lot of different things in the town. So that's been probably one of my favorite parts.
Well, thanks. And we're going to follow you guys. It's Crunch Shaw on IG, and then Facebook Crunch Shaw too?
Correct.
Great. Thank you so much for coming on today.
We love you.
Bye.
Bye.
Welcome to the Sparkle Show. With us, we have Jeremiah. Jeremiah, tell us about your music.
It's old folk stories. We like to tell stories, but we have a little bit more of a rock edge to it. And I'm really just the voice. My brother is the one who's the real guitar player and the driving force between everything sounding better.
How many of you guys are there?
It's just me and my brother.
Do you ever go with other pieces and go with more people behind you, or it's always you and your brother?
Well, we have our dad play with us sometimes. He played with us on the album. He plays the drums for us, but it's just me and my brother.
So it's been a family act your whole life. I love it.
Well, we didn't actually start out playing music. We grew up playing sports. We really kind of came to music early 20s. I'd say 23, 24.
You guys were athletic and creative. What sport was that?
We both played football.
Nice. And where'd you guys grow up at?
We're from North Carolina. It's
North Carolina.
It's right in between Greensboro and Winston-Salem, a little bit bigger cities. Than we're kind of just out in the tobacco fields.
So where do you live now?
The same place.
So you live like where you grew up, and your brother too?
Yeah, well, he's in Pennsylvania right now. He's still in school.
So when you guys come together, you play. He's actually going to school right now, like, and not doing Zoom classes. He's going.
I think some are Zoom classes, and he's going to a couple of them.
I'm always wondering how it works in these different places. I'm in California right now, and we can't do anything pretty much.
Oh, after you said it was a Zoom call, I had to ask my mom what it was. I said I've never used it before.
Are you serious? That's so funny. Yeah, I mean, here, that's our life now. All we do is Zoom.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God! So what are you gonna play for me?
I'll play Gypsy Road. It's the first song on our album that just came out, the Basement Tapes.
Yay!
Okay. Well, we lost in fire. It clears with the smoke. We'll pick the ashes clean and we'll roll on with your bones. On Gypsy Road, you can't build no home. So take what you need. You can't trust what you just can't hold. On Gypsy Road, on Gypsy Road, freedom come cheap if it costs you your soul. Den full of thieves, keep your wallets closed. A handful of green, pick clean with the lightest touch. On Gypsy Road, on Gypsy, freedom come cheap if it costs you your soul. This ain't no land for honest man. You take Gypsy Road, keep some steel tucked in your hand. On Gypsy Road, on Gypsy Road, freedom come cheap if it costs you your soul. On Gypsy Road, freedom come cheap if it costs you your soul.
Yay! I love that. Oh my gosh, your voice is incredible.
Well, thank you. I almost wasn't going to do anything because I was having trouble clearing out my throat this morning.
Oh, I love it. I heard a little bit of the rasp, but I love it. I thought that was your everyday sound. It was great. It made it.
Well, thank you.
Okay, so I am having a hard time remembering the guy that you know that show One Tree Hill, the guy that sang the theme song for that. You have a little bit of that sound.
Oh, I know exactly. Gavin DeGraw.
Yes, you have a little bit of Gavin DeGraw in you. I love it. Did you get that before?
You know, my sister asked me if we were going to cover any of his songs because I think she thought my voice kind of sounded like that. So.
Will you?
Well, I don't know. I don't know any of them. I haven't. I haven't looked any of them up yet, so I can't.
Okay, so explain to us a little bit about your career. I know COVID messed up a lot of things for people. It messed up a lot of live performances that you may have had scheduled. What was your life like before? Did you guys go out there and do a lot? Were you doing more studio time? What were you doing?
Well, we were mostly sending stuff back and forth because my brother, he hadn't graduated from Chapel Hill yet. So while we were putting this album together, it was really just me and him back and forth sending demos of things to work on so that whenever we did get time together, we could finish it. So
what a pain that must have been.
So we finished most of it over Christmas break when he was home. And when he got back in May, you know, we got done with it and we were looking to start, you know, booking places to play to try to promote it and everything. And now I'm just, you know, sitting at home writing because I haven't really had anything to do. There's really nowhere open for us to play.
I give you guys so much credit for that. I mean, that had to be a real challenge, a big pain to just go back and forth and do this without him being there. I mean, and you guys made it happen. That's kind of like what we're doing now with the Zoom, making Zoom work for everybody.
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, you guys were doing that before because of like geographical issues. So that's crazy. How did that work out?
Well, he wasn't that far away. So he'd come home every now and then, every couple weekends he'd come home if he didn't have to work his job study or whatever it was that he did there. But we always keep in touch even now. I mean, I probably call him every day. You know, we talk and kind of game plan what we're going to do or what we're working on, or he'll send me something and say, hey, can you start working on something for this? Or, you know, we'll go back and forth.
So what's he going to school for?
Well, he just graduated his undergrad, and now he's in Pennsylvania. He's going to seminary school to be a preacher.
I love it. Wow. Back when I went to a Christian college and we had a seminary there. Mm-hmm. So that's really awesome. Did you do something like that?
No. I went to school for painting and drawing.
Well, that's nice. So where did you go to school at?
I went to school up in West Virginia. It was West Virginia Wesleyan. So it was also a Christian school. It was also a Christian school, but
I wanted to go there. You know, I had applied there and everything back when I was doing it, but then I ended up being closer to home. So, but I think that's a beautiful campus. You must have had a great time there.
Oh, we did. It was, you know, you could walk everywhere you wanted to go. It was very, you know, close knit and tight. It was nice.
So when did you graduate?
I graduated. Oh no, I didn't graduate. No, I finished after my junior year. My mom said, don't you just want to get a job? I said, yeah. So I stopped going. You
only had 1 year left?
Well, it was for a painting degree, so it really wasn't going to do much for me. I was just there to play football. And, you know, we kind of had some money issues back and forth with the scholarship. So I decided I was just going to go to work because I really wasn't going to. There's not really many jobs out there for just painting. It wasn't like I was in digital design or anything like that. I didn't really have any computer skills to go along with it. It was just kind of two-dimensional art.
That's so cool. So when did you start with the guitar and everything? Did you guys do that early on?
Well, my brother, he took lessons when he was a kid, but I didn't start till I was a couple years out of college. I think I was 24, 25.
What a late bloomer, and you sound great.
Oh, thank you.
That's really good. So he was always doing that, and you were always singing? When did you start singing?
Around the same time. I mean, we were always, you know, singing along to stuff, but it wasn't, you know, we weren't going out and playing or, you know, singing anything. he's a much better guitar player than me. If I didn't have the voice, I think he would kick me out of the band.
So when did you guys make the decision that, hey, we're going to start a band, we're going to do this, especially doing it later in life, having done sports? What sparked that moment?
Well, for me, it was I started playing and he got back into playing after I started playing. And, we messed around a little bit. And as I hit, 27 or something like that. And I asked him, I said, well, if you want to do this, we need to go ahead and do it. Because after I hit 30, I think I'm probably going to have to settle into doing something. So as the time started ticking, we decided, okay, well, if we do want to have a shot, at playing, let's make some stuff. And so we downloaded some software to use, and I spent most of my time trying to figure out how to use it, and I'm still spending a lot of time doing that. But he's got the easy job. He plays the guitar, and I handle everything else, trying to figure out how to install the computers.
So how does that work with him going to seminary? Because I imagine you're going to play in some bars and stuff. Is he okay with that, or?
Oh yeah, he's fine. He's fine with that. We are conscious lyrically that I won't make anything that's too thematically kind of if it's something that bothers him, he'll let me know, and we'll wash it out, or we'll work on something else. But we try to keep it pretty family friendly, try to avoid any heavy cursing or anything like that, just for him.
And that's good, because it's like, I really started to get into like what I was listening to in junior high. I'm sure a lot of people do. It's like the age when you're really like all about your music. So it's really good that you guys do that. And that sounded great. That was really good. Who writes some of the songs you guys do?
Well, each one is different. The hardest thing for us really has been whenever we had to decide what genre we were, because we just love so many different kinds of music, and really song by song we kind of decide what it's going to be. It doesn't, nothing is really connected with us. It's kind of, each thing is its own kind of thing. And I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought.
You were about writing the songs. You like a lot of different kinds of music, but then you guys went kind of on the bluesy angle. So who does most of the writing for the songs?
Well, it's back and forth. It's really pretty equal. A lot of times I'll work on a guitar part, and I won't be able to figure out, what needs to go with it. So I'll send that to him, and he'll do the lyrics for that, and kind of vice versa. But sometimes you just sit down and something pops out in 10 minutes, and all you really need to do is just start arranging everything. So each one is really kind of different.
And when did the dad get involved? How did he get involved with the drums?
Well, our dad had always been a drummer and played drums. So he was always there. And then as we were working on stuff, I was trying to, I can keep a beat. But, one day we were like, well, let's just go get Dad. Dad knows what he's doing. So we'll get Dad to figure this out for us.
So where can we download some of your music for all of our viewers? Where is like the best place to find you?
Well, we're streaming everywhere. Spotify, Deezer, Apple Music, iHeartRadio, all the big ones. I think Amazon Music, Google Play. I'd have to look to see where else, but just it's everywhere. We don't have any physical copies of anything, so it is all digital, but it's out there. So.
And music videos. You guys have some music videos, or not yet?
We have some just acoustic performances. We haven't really dove into the music videos section yet, but I am excited to start trying to make something, because we are very exciting. DIY, do it yourself kind of home. I think our music really has more of a personal touch to it, because everything is very homemade. We don't have big production or money to spend on a lot of stuff to make us sound a little more polished. So I think we try to play into a little bit more of the, not necessarily grimy, but maybe more of the grittier angle of our sound. But I am planning on getting me a nice camera so that I can start trying to shoot some music video type stuff. I just have to.
Do you guys have a manager?
No, not as of right now.
But you're looking?
Yeah, we are looking.
So that's a lot of work in and of itself. You're constantly sending demos to different people, right?
Yeah. Well, the only good thing, I guess, about with all this COVID stuff is that a lot of his classes are online. So if I need him to, if we need to go, pack up and go somewhere, he's okay with, just grabbing his laptop and we can take off. So
how much longer does he have left in seminary?
Be a couple more years, I think. I don't really know how that works. I don't know if it's like doctors and it's like 3 or 4 years or something like that. I have no idea.
And they had a seminary at your college, right? Didn't they have one affiliated with that or not one?
They might have. I don't know. I didn't journey into most of those buildings. I was on the outskirts.
And you were always on the football field.
Yeah.
Actually, your brother, he played football too. So where did he go before seminary?
He went to Chapel Hill. He didn't play football in college, but he played in high school.
And then now you guys perform everywhere. So what's your song's pretty upbeat, but there are some like depressing ones. Tell us a little bit more about your other music that we can expect.
Oh, those are mostly the ones that I've written, the more depressing ones. I don't know. Well, a lot of them, they're not like autobiographical or anything like that. A lot of them, it'll come from, something that you've read or something, I was just watching on TV and maybe, a phrase or something will stick out at me. And I don't intend for a lot of them to take that dark kind of approach. But a lot of times when I hear it, a lot of them sound more like, the soundtrack of something bad happening, in the background of a movie or something like that is how I hear a lot of our music coming out.
Well, I think you have a great sound. We got to find you on everything. And then we got to follow you on the socials. So where do we look for you on Instagram and on Facebook?
We don't have, I think maybe our Facebook's connected. I don't know. My brother set that up, but it should be Jeremiah McKinley Band, all one word, lowercase on Instagram to follow us.
Perfect. So then you're going to give us little excerpts every time of your music, right? As it comes out, we get to listen to a little bit of it here and there.
Oh, yeah.
We really appreciate you coming on and talking to us, Jeremiah. And then next time you got to bring your brother on.
Okay, I will. I'll get a hold of him next time.
We'll talk to you later, Jeremiah.
Thank you.